I'm really glad to introduce our next speaker, that's John Miln. He's going to tell us about Bristol International College. So, John, can you say a couple of words to check microphone and connection?
Yes, thank you very much, Christina. It's great to be here, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk this afternoon. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me for this session on Bristol International College's course, which is the International Foundation Programme accredited and offered by us here in Bristol in the southwest of England, and quality assured by the University of London. Bristol International College is an accredited teaching centre for the University of London. So that means that we have the permissions and the quality assurance from the University of London to run their one-year pathway or foundation course here in the wonderful city of Bristol. We are a member of the Independent Schools Association, the Boarding Schools Association here in the UK, as well as a member of the British Educational Travel Association as well. So just to give you some ideas of the quality assurance around our provision. The next slide. So this is our teaching centre here in the city of Bristol, just to give you a bit of an idea that we do exist physically. And if you were to go to the University of London website to their International Foundation Programme, you will also see us listed on that website. My name is John Miln, and I'm the founder and also the current principal of Bristol International College. And as you can see from my resume or my CV, I've spent most of my international career working in international education with young students like yourselves and with agents and families, both in international schools overseas, as well as very reputable boarding schools here in the United Kingdom. So my background and the background of the leadership team here at Bristol International College is very rooted in UK boarding education with progression into UK universities. And we also are very experienced in terms of working with international students and international families. The International Foundation Programme that we currently offer, which is online, is, as you can see from the slide, an intensive pre-university pathway programme. So it's a concentrated one-year course that is alternative to A-levels or to the IB. It's the equivalent in 1 year of sitting 3 A-levels over 2 years, and it's a level 3 qualification. So when students using the International Foundation Programme apply to universities, not just in the UK, but also in Europe and in America and in Canada, the award from the University of London is treated in exactly the same way as the A-level programs that many students sit throughout UK boarding schools. As I said earlier, the course is designed and accredited by the University of London, and we deliver it here in the city of Bristol. The qualification is recognised by all of the top universities here in the UK, including all of the Russell Group universities, and as I'll show you in a slide, very shortly, an increasing number of universities, not just in Europe, but across Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the US as well. So it's a globally recognized qualification, but it's completed in 1 year rather than 2 years. The course currently is available to students who are 16 to 18 years of age, although if you're slightly older, you can also take the course. But if you do join as a 16-year-old, then you should be turning 17 years of age during that 1 year of study. So that's the minimum requirement in terms of age. In terms of entry requirements, we do require, as do the University of London, that you have evidence of a high school diploma or something similar. And equally, because the course is very intensive, which I'll explain in a moment, we do require a very high level of English as a starting point. And as you'll see there, we require a minimum of IELTS 6.0 And we also have our own test and our own interview, just to make sure that anyone applying for the course is ready for the rigors of a one-year intensive foundation course. In terms of the actual details of the course, each student will choose 4 modules that they will study throughout the academic year. And that choice of 4 comes from overall a choice of 7. So many students will mix and match the different modules depending on what ultimately they want to study when they go to university, and we'll look at that in a moment. Or equally, they will choose a subject that they think are the most well suited to them and the subjects that they're most passionate about. And I'll show you what that will look like in terms of timetable in the following slides. So a student might choose 4 modules. So they might choose business and management. They might then choose pure maths, economics, and then international relations. And so throughout that one-year program, they would have up to 150 hours of tuition per module. So that includes the teaching during the week, as well as individual study time, which makes up about 10% of the overall hours. So in total, across the entire year, the students will be receiving around 600 hours of online tuition and teaching and independent study across those 4 modules. It means that each week, as you can see there, you will get about 5 hours of teaching per module per week. And in addition to that, there will be additional support for English language study skills, UCAS support as well. And I'll go into more detail in one of the next slides. At the completion of the qualification at the end of the first year, the award that the students get, as you can see, is the University of London International Foundation Certificate. And again, just to state that that is an internationally recognized qualification and is the equivalent as recognized by universities as the same as getting 3 A-levels, but this is done in 1 year rather than 2. As I mentioned, in addition to the tuition and the teaching for the 4 modules, we also provide extra support for students, not just because it's online. If we were running this face-to-face, the students would also receive a significant number, up to 200 hours of additional tutoring support. And those sessions are very important, as you know, and very much part of a UK-style education, where in addition to the teaching, a tutor, somebody that understands education, is possibly one of the teachers, but not necessarily, but understands the demands of higher education and can prepare the students by giving them academic support, pastoral support, and generally just helps and mentors them. And so students would have that one-to-one support and those one-to-one sessions on a weekly basis in addition to their teaching. Throughout the term, we also provide the students with academic studies skills support. So again, that's about preparing the students for their final exams and also for going on to university. So many of those students may need support with how to write essays, how to study properly and very effectively, how to do the research into a particular topic, how to make proper presentations, how to manage their time more effectively. So again, we will be doing regular sessions on how students can best prepare themselves, not just for our course, but for later life as well. For those students that continue to struggle somewhat with the English language because the courses are quite intense, we continue to offer English as an additional language support and IELTS tuition. So again, that is of great reassurance to many parents and to the students themselves, because we don't expect everyone to be perfect with their English. Part of our course is to prepare students for higher education, for university. And so it's important for us to also give throughout the year additional English language support, especially if there are some concepts or topics that aren't translating well, but the student needs to have them explained in a slightly different way. We also offer additional support for UCAS which is the Universities and Colleges Admissions Service here in the UK. And navigating that can be quite tricky, and there are some key deadlines. Again, the tutors of the students will be very well versed and very supportive of each individual student, helping them to understand which universities and which courses they are applying to, how to put together their personal statement for those universities for UCAS, which is really, really important, and then also putting together their application form, making sure that they're doing everything in the right order. And that's very, very crucial in ensuring that the students are realistic about which universities they're going to apply for, and making sure that they meet the deadlines in a timely fashion, and also that the application is the strongest application that it can potentially be. We also, throughout the year, offer a range of guest speakers to come and talk to all of our students. These guest speakers will be from a range of different industries, talking about potential careers that exist out there, particularly in the UK. And we also will have a range of different universities coming online to talk to us and to our students about why our students should choose their universities and the types of courses and requirements that they have. On top of all of this, we also offer throughout the year just some cultural assistance and training and insight, just to help students wherever they are, whether it's from Russia or Nigeria or Brazil, an understanding of British etiquette and culture, just so that their life during their time here in the UK, if they do come particularly for university, is as smooth as possible. So, as I promised earlier, this is just a sample of the type of timetable that a student would have throughout the week, especially if it was an online course, which is the one that we're promoting today. So you can see that this student has decided that they're going to take economics, maths and statistics, international relations and law. And across 1 week, you can see that that is scheduled in a timely fashion in 5 days. That also has built into it IELTS support, study skills support, higher education, which is university, seminar, and other additional benefits for the students, such as guided city tours, virtually online. If they were here physically, we would take each week the students away to do something cultural physically, so that they get a real sense of their surroundings. And you can see also there on a Friday, there's that opportunity for the students to have that one-on-one tutorial. In terms of the universities that offer the most places to the students that take this international foundation program, you can see that based on the rankings from the Times Higher Education, that the London School of Business, or the CAS Business School as it was known, is the school that offers the most places to international foundation students from the University of London. And they are ranked number 5 in the UK. And you can see that other very prestigious universities are the most popular destinations for students with the International Foundation certificate. King's College, Queen Mary, Durham University, which again I think is ranked in the top 5, top 6 in the UK, LSE, and the University of Edinburgh, which is based in Scotland, which, as you know, is also a very highly ranked UK and European university. And then off to the right, you'll see a list of the universities from across New Zealand, Canada and America, where students who have attained the International Foundation Program certificate have gone on to study. So a really strong range of universities there, a very diverse range of universities, but again, proof that over the last 6 years since the International Foundation Program through the University of London has been offered, the outcomes and the successes for the students is plain to see. And the University of London are very keen to expanding that list, and they're in constant dialogue with universities, especially in the US, because it's very popular at the moment, along with Canada, but increasingly in Europe as well, encouraging universities to accept the IFP, or the International Foundation Program, as a qualification of high standing. And because of the University of London's global reputation, that isn't proving to be too difficult. So more and more universities are welcoming this pathway provision, this foundation program, with open arms. The types of courses that typically students that take the International Foundation Program go on to study are, as you can see in front of you. So again, some new and different universities from the list that I had previously. Bristol University, which is a very prestigious, very good university, group university here in the UK, and is very close to Bristol International College in terms of its location, is accepting a wide range of students to take a number of different courses there. Loughborough as well, which wasn't mentioned on the previous list, and Liverpool too, and Warwick, which again is renowned for its maths and for its business school, is also taking students in a variety of different subjects, which include philosophy, politics, and economics. So again, a very good range of courses that students are going on to study once they've completed this one-year International Foundation program. And you can see that the headlines for this course are that the teaching quality is assured by the University of London and a very hands-on senior management team. So although the course is delivered by Bristol International College and our teachers, we are measured and inspected by the University of London because they want to uphold the highest standards. And on the flip side of that, we benefit from the fact that some of the lecturers that teach at the University of London also offer us workshops and masterclasses in the different modules that students can join free of charge if they want to expand their knowledge or expand their experience, or they simply just want to engage more with their academic studies. So we have a very strong, very positive relationship with the University of London, and they're hugely supportive and provide us with a lot of additional resources that really enhance what it is that we offer. Our teachers are very experienced in teaching international students, both in the sixth form level, so in years 12 and 13 in the UK, or grades 11 and 12, and many of them have also taught at undergraduate level, or in fact at pathway or foundation level too. So they're very experienced, they know how to teach students, they know how to motivate them, and they know how to get successful outcomes. We and the students will use the University of London virtual learning environment, and in that virtual learning environment there is a huge bank of information and resource for the students to access as part of their course, so they don't have to go off searching for a lot of material on the internet. Much of it is located in the University of London's own VLE, which our students get exclusive access to. There's also access to an online cafe, so students from our foundation course can talk to other students at the University of London to ask them questions about their experience and to potentially receive some mentoring or just to be sociable with them. And we also use our own learning management system platform, ClassIn, which our students will use on a daily basis to access the lessons that our teachers are teaching and to submit work and to receive feedback. All the lessons that are taught during the week are recorded and downloadable. So if someone misses a lesson, although we expect all students to attend, but if they should miss a lesson or they want to review a lesson, it's easy to access that information. And upon graduation, even though it's a foundation course, because it's accredited by the University of London, the students have the opportunity to join as an alumnus the over 100,000 alumni in 180 countries who have already graduated from the University of London. So before you even get to university, you will join the community of UOL alumni around the world, which is, again, a very nice accolade to have, and also opens up lots of opportunities in terms of internships or career choice or asking for connections in later life. So a very, very good network to be part of. How is the International Foundation Programme assessed? The students would typically start the course either in September or potentially in January. But if students start in September, the examination for the 4 modules is taken in early May of the following year, so not quite a year. So it's an awful lot to put into basically 9 months. The students will sit the exams in early May. They will get their results in June. If they have failed any of their modules, or if they want to resit any of their modules to get a better score, then there are resits in July. But again, it gives the students plenty of time to understand what their grades are and what their qualification is before accepting any offers for universities, which typically in Scotland would start in September, but in England, most universities would start in October. So starting in September, taking exams in early May, getting the results in June, and then getting into university for September, October time. Just to give you the different levels of the qualifications. So each module, the students would be given a percentage score. So if you get 4 modules and you get 70+% for each module, or your average across the board is 70+%, then that's the equivalent to 3 A stars or 3 A's at A level. If you get 69%, universities would look at that as 3 B's at A level, and obviously C at A level would equate to 40 to 59%. All university applications, as I mentioned, have to be done through UCAS, and the pass rate last year for students who took the IFP was 85%. That means 15% obviously did not pass or did not get above 40%. But as you can see from the statistics underneath, even though 15% didn't pass, they still got into a very good university in the UK, because the universities recognise that even though they didn't pass our foundation programme, that their teaching and their abilities are of such a quality that they would still admit them. So the pass rate for all University of London International Foundation Programme students was actually 100%, although 85% got 40% and above and went on to the universities that I've mentioned. So a lot of information packed into that session. I'm very happy to answer any questions that you might have. At the moment, because of the global pandemic, we are only offering this course online. Our aim is to start running this course physically in September 2022 and or September 2023. But if you're looking for a course that guarantees you an offer from a very high quality university in the UK and overseas, if you are very able and you love your academics and you're looking to move into social sciences courses and your English level is already at a good requisite level, then the International Foundation Programme is absolutely for you. This allows you to fast track into the best universities. It's very high quality learning, very high quality teaching, and is done against the backdrop of having a very supportive school, a very supportive team that will make sure that the students get into the best universities for them. So thank you very much for listening. And I hope that there will be many inquiries and many questions. If I can't answer all of the questions today, I'm very happy to get back to you with any answers over the coming
John,
few hours and the next few
I'm
days.
sorry, you have 3 questions in chat. Maybe you have time to answer them. How much can you see them? 3 questions in chat in English?
Yes. Yes.
Can you answer them?
So,
You have.
Yes, of course. So how much does the foundation program cost? Well, the foundation program costs £18,000 for the 1 year online. Obviously, if it was taken physically here in Bristol, there would be accommodations on that. Is it possible to pay in installments? Yes, it is. We'd be very happy to talk to families about how they can go about that. The deadlines for enrollment for the foundation course, we are looking to potentially run a course this January, but in all likelihood, the next opportunity to run this course would be from September of 2022. So the application process is the end of April 2022. We would need to have all of your application forms and have assessed you by the end of April 2022. What documents do the students need to apply for foundation programs? So again, we need evidence of at least 5 years of high school, and that needs to be signed by the principal of the schools or the school that you've been in. And we also need to have evidence that you have achieved the relevant IELTS score of 6.0, either from IELTS themselves or from a similar type of program. So I hope that explains the questions that have been asked.
Thank you, John, for your presentation. And if our students have some further questions, they can apply for the individual meeting with John.
Wonderful.
So you can turn off the webcam and microphone, and I'm going to present the next speaker.